Hi, this is Mr. Pence from TapCritic.com, and today we're going to take a look at Hitchcock from Cinemec. A good buddy of mine from Australia just recently emailed me about this application. When I first looked at it, I was like, what's the big deal? Well, I downloaded the application and started playing around with it, and this application is powerful. If you do any kind of commercial production or if you do short films, you'll want this application. It's basically a mobile storyboard composer, and it's pretty awesome. I'd like to step you through it here. We're going to load up a storyboard that I've just sort of been playing around with, and I've already got 3 pictures loaded up here. And as you can see, you can move around your thumbnails in any order that you want. First of all, I'd like to thank Steve and Square Rhino for participating in this review. There are their pictures right there. But let's start here. Let's go to our first frame here, and we're going to go to the panel. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little comment here, and it's going to say Steve enters room. And says hi. Okay, so Steve enters room and says hi. And what we'd like to do is put a little move on this. So we're going to do a little zoom in here. And what's going to happen is it's going to start here and go to there. And we're going to hit done. And we're going to go back to our storyboard, and we're going to look at this first scene here. And there it is. Steve enters room and says hi. Pretty cool, huh? Well, the cool thing is you can even make a longer duration. Let's say we want this shot to last for 4 seconds. It's even got a frame count here for video professionals. So we're going to hit OK for 4 seconds. We're going to look at this shot again. And there it is, 4 seconds. Well, let's say we want to add a shot. Well, let's add a shot from our photo library here. So we're going to go to our photo library here, go to our camera row, and we're going to hit this shot here. It's adding the image, and there's our shot. So let's put this shot here. There we go. Let's put this shot there in front of Steve. So we'll start here with an exterior view, and we'll label this here real quick. We'll go to the panel, and we'll just hit exterior view. Of Tap Critic. And we'll go back to, let's do our duration here. Let's do, let's do a 3-second duration. And now I think we should do like a tilt. So that's our start pan. Here's our end pan. We'll hit done. Go back to our storyboard and hit play. And that's cool. You know, we see an exterior view of Tap Critic. Steve enters and says hi. Well, how about he actually says hi? So you've also got an audio recording function here, and we're just going to record the word hi. Hi. So we hit done, and now when we go back to our storyboard, we're going to play it again. Hi. And now you've heard he said hi. So that's pretty cool. We've got a couple little storyboards here. Now we're going to go to Square Rhino here, and we're going to do, a zoom out maybe. So let's do the duration on this. Let's make the duration 3 seconds. That's fine. Let's go back to our storyboard and see what it looks like here. Hi. And we're going to have Chris say something sort of funny here. We're just going to have Chris I hope if I spell Chris's name right. Chris says, "Hey man, I'm busy, leave me alone." So let's try that real quick. "Hey man, I'm busy, leave me alone." Let's go back to our storyboard here. Play it.
Hi. Hey man, I'm busy. Leave me alone.
So pretty cool. So now we're going to go to Steve, go to our panel, and we're going to do a zoom in on him here. And so Steve says, "Sorry, bro." So we'll add that audio as well. "Sorry, bro." Hit done. Let's go back to our storyboard here. Let's watch.
Hi. Hey man, I'm busy. Leave me alone. Sorry, bro.
And another cool thing with Hitchcock is you can actually add a picture right from the application. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw down a white sheet here. Got a Chewbacca right here. I'm going to go to the app here and go to camera. And if you look right here, we've got Chewbacca. We're going to take a picture. Move these props out of the way. We're going to hit use. It's going to add the image to Hitchcock. And there it is. We'll throw that at the very end. Go to our panel here. And let's just do a little move off of this. Chewbacca growls. And we'll add a little sound here for that. Well, that's pretty weird. So let's go back to our storyboard, and we're going to play from the top here.
Hi. Hey man, I'm busy. Leave me alone. Sorry, bro.
So basically, you've made a little storyboard here. Let's shoot one more picture here, and I'll show you some other cool things. I'll just shoot a picture of white here, just to show you some something really neat here. We're going to use this. And as soon as Chewbacca growls, we need to have some people dancing. I don't know why, but it just sounds like fun. Go to our panel here. And if you look over here, you've got people you can actually enter into the scene. And you can change the profile. So we'll change this profile here. We'll add another one over here. Change the profile that way. And let's add another person and make it a female. That's funny. Her hair sort of looks like Hillary Clinton there. And this movie is making no sense, but at least you get the idea of how this app works. And let's just do a zoom in on this. There we go. You can size where you want it to be there. So let's size it to there. And we're going to hit done. Let's go back to our storyboard. And let's watch it.
Hi. Hey man, I'm busy. Leave me alone. Sorry, bro.
So this is a pretty amazing application. There's tons of other items you can add to these, different moves, so on and so forth. You can do scene numbers, shot numbers. Like I said, you have the duration there. You can add descriptor arrows to, show you which way people are moving. We could have, this arrow pointing there, or, we could flip the arrow. There's all sorts of things you can do here. The coolest feature is you can actually publish, you can export a PDF of the storyboard, and I'll show you how this works in a second. But the ability for you to go on a location scout and roughly throw together a storyboard is quite incredible. Cinemec has done an incredible job making a mobile storyboard application. A couple things I'd like to see is it's really cool to be able to watch the video that you've created. It'd be really nice, not only can you export a PDF of the storyboard, which I'll show you here in a second what that looks like, it'd be really cool to be able to export a QuickTime or an H.264 to go along with that storyboard to show the client. Another feature that I would like to see in a future version of Hitchcock is I could see this being used a lot in a 30-second spot. So it'd be really cool if you could import, a 30-second audio clip of your music to be able to cut to or whatever. Right now, you can't do that. So that'd be a really neat feature that hopefully Cinemec can incorporate in the future. So let me show you how easy this is to export to a PDF here real quick. You go to your menu here, you hit Export PDF, it's rendering the panels, and it's uploading it. And the storyboard frames look great. Like I said, I wish there was a way to actually take the movie that you've created in here and to export it as a QuickTime to go along with the storyboards. And hopefully that'll be a feature that Cinemec will incorporate in the future. So now the storyboard's been uploaded, and now we're going to send this to Mr. Pence at tapcritic.com. And tells you, it says, hey, you have a new Cinemec Hitchcock storyboard available for download. It gives you a URL, and they host the file for 72 hours, which is really cool. But as soon as you've got it as a PDF, you can do whatever you want to with it. So we're going to hit send, and it sent our storyboard. Now we're going to open up our mail browser on our Mac. And look at that. An awesome PDF, a really incredible PDF, a storyboard PDF. It looks totally professional. I know clients would love to look at this type of view. And like I said, the ability to go out on a location scout and quickly throw together a storyboard and have moves on them and have descriptions on them. You leave the location that you've scouted, and by the time you've left, you've uploaded a storyboard to your client. It's pretty powerful. So this is Hitchcock from Cinemec. Like I said, the two features I'd like to see is some way to be able to export what you've created here as a QuickTime. I think that would be really an easy thing to do. And secondarily, it'd be really cool to be able to import a 30-second music bed to cut your spot to, or, be able to load in some sound effects or something from your iTunes library. It'd be really cool, and to be able to import those. So this is Hitchcock from Cinemec. It's $19.99 on the iTunes App Store. And I know a lot of you out there will be saying $19.99, that's pretty expensive. But this app is really aimed at the professional market. The power that you have with this application on the iPhone is absolutely incredible. And as a matter of fact, there's really not a desktop equivalent to this application as far as speed and the ability to export a storyboard as fast as you can from Hitchcock. So Hitchcock is really a steal at $19.99. If you're into television, commercials, or any kind of short films, I highly, highly, highly recommend Hitchcock. It's once again an absolutely incredible program, and it's $19.99 on the iTunes App Store, and I highly recommend it. This has been Mr. Pence from TapCritic.com, and I'll see you soon.